In this episode of the RV Small Talk podcast, we're talking about all those crazy rules that you're going to need to know if you're crossing straight lines. And we cross a few lines. It might get a little weird. Some of them are need to know things. Some of them are just flat stupid. And we love them. Welcome to the RV Small Talk podcast, where we talk about lightweight trailers, truck campers, and the people, places, and adventures that go along with them. We are your hosts from Princess Craft RV. I'm Clint.
I'm PJ.
And I'm Lindsay. And thank you so much for joining us.
A little bit of the boring stuff. If you have missed any episodes, check out episodes and show notes at rvsmalltalk.com. They're not boring.
You know it's not boring? Winning a GoPro.
Oh, true. And we are doing a GoPro giveaway through Princess Craft. So head on over to princesscraft.com/giveaway. And there are a few steps. The big step that we want is a picture from one of your recent outings. Just go on your camera phone, find your photo of your campsite, upload it, get some entry points.
What?
Get entered.
Get entered.
Get entered to win, and you may end up with your very own GoPro action camera.
Yeah, everybody takes pictures of their campsite, don't they? Or of themselves when they're camping.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does this picture have to have a trailer or a person or anything?
We didn't put that kind of stipulation in there at all.
Yeah. So all kinds of choices there.
So go camping, get a picture, share a picture, possibly win a GoPro. princesscraft.com/giveaway. Also, the Texas Tiny Trailer Rally is coming up. Lindsay, tell me more.
It's going to be our biggest rally yet, but unbelievably, there's still spots. So if you want to come, you absolutely can. It's completely free. All you do is pay for your campsite, and you can register at texastinytrailerrally.com. I know it's a mouthful. texastinytrailerrally.com, and then you just call the park and tell them you want a spot. It's Skyline Ranch RV,
right.
I think.
Right.
But God, we're going to have live music and barbecue. We're going to have dancing. We're going to have trailer tours, tech talk. We're going to have giveaways and prizes and raffles and so much food.
Right.
So much food. Y'all don't even know.
How many people are actually registered right now, Lindsay?
Right now we have like 115 trailers.
Ooh.
So, most trailers have 2 people. We got a lot of singles too. God, it's going to be so much fun.
We can have 200 people there camping. That's going to be so fun. I am so excited. I cannot wait. Y'all sign up if you want to come join us. We would love to have you. And if you don't have a tiny trailer, if you love tiny trailers, you can come too.
Yeah. At this point, it's
a trailer rally. It's just poorly named. So I don't care what you got. Come join us. Come dance.
All right. So how about we jump in and talk about these rules that you may run across as you travel with your trailer, your RV, your truck camper. You may be traveling in some beautiful places, not realize that you are a lawbreaker breaking the law.
I can't imagine. Okay, let's just start out by saying, I read this list, Clint.
Yeah.
Really? Really? Nobody is going to ever get called out on any of these.
Well,
I'm pretty sure the first one in the list you're going to get called out for.
I think, that was a misstep, PJ.
Okay, but I guess maybe wow. Okay.
Right.
What's the first one on the list, Lindsay?
Alabama, there's no driving while blindfolded.
What? What?
That is my favorite thing to do.
And simple. But I think a lot of these, we all understand. Well, no, we don't. Some of us understand how laws happen.
Right.
And, as ridiculous as these are, I think a lot of them are just kind of like leftovers from like that one instance.
Right.
Like 100 years ago or whatever. And it's just...
Someone wrote a letter. Some supporter wrote a letter.
Something crazy happened and they were like,
somebody was driving blindfolded, right? Is that what you're saying? And then someone wrote a letter and said,
I'm talking about more like the
ridiculous
ridiculous ones. But yeah, probably.
Why?
Like the next one on the list, Alaska, it's illegal to tie a dog to your car roof. So if you're that type of person, just go to Arkansas.
But depending on which
Apparently you can do it there.
depending on which movie you watch, you might have your grandmother tied in a rocking chair to the roof, right? What movie was that?
Well, that's not against the law.
Exactly, but I'm
Christmas
saying
Vacation.
it wasn't
Or-
Christmas,
No,
That's National Lampoon's Vacation, and it was his dead grandma, not
yes.
a lady in a rocking
Maybe
Yes.
chair.
Jeff's got to follow some other rules. That,
Right.
Okay. Hey, before we go much further, we are reading from a list, and this is from blog.nationwide.com/weird traffic laws by state. So if you want to really see, we are reading this. It's hilarious. We may skip a few. Go back and find them at that location.
Yeah, we can't get through all 50.
Okay, but in Alaska, you may need to tie a dog to your roof because he can't run alongside. Maybe he can't fit inside.
Maybe that's where it came from,
if
because
he-
of like the sled dogs, and they
Yeah.
were like,
You just run out of room inside, so that your lead dog goes up top.
okay, I'm gonna
Pointing the way.
I definitely can't go to Delaware though, because you cannot change clothes in your vehicle, and I do that all the time.
I wonder if there's some context missing here, like while driving.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah, you can't go to Delaware.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Wait. I'm going to back up a little bit. Okay. Connecticut, a fire engine should not exceed 25 miles per hour, even on the way to a fire. Great.
Connecticut's gonna burn.
It's not very big, so maybe it doesn't take long to get from one side
Okay,
to
have
the
y'all
other.
ever seen that? One of my favorite movies, I Heart Huckabees.
I don't think I've seen it.
So it has Mark Wahlberg, and he's a firefighter, but he is against the use of petroleum. So he rides his bike to the fires. So he puts on like his full firefighter gear, and then he like gets on his bike and rides to the fire. And at one point, like the fire truck is stuck in traffic,
And he beats
he's
him
like
there?
riding his bike, and he like falls over in the front lawn while the house is burning. And he gets on his walk, and he's like, "I'm at the fire. Where are you?" Anyway, that's what it reminds me of.
Can we watch that at the rally?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. No, way inappropriate, but you know.
All right. What about Arkansas, where you can't honk your car horn anywhere that serves cold drinks or sandwiches after 9 p.m.?
Oh, that is so much to remember.
What?
See, that has got to be some weird instance that happened one
Yeah.
time, and people were like, "Well, this is just ridiculous. We just need to make it a law." And they made signs,
I
and
bet
they
it
did a
was
whole
some
thing.
senator who was enjoying a late night sandwich and cold beverage, and someone honked right behind him on the road, and he spilt his beverage all over himself and says, "There's going to be a law."
And he said, "This will be the last time you
Yeah.
get me."
Yeah.
I mean, what? How is it illegal to drive a black car on a Sunday in Denver, Colorado? How?
A black car.
I don't even believe I know we have listeners in Colorado. Can somebody please tell me? Like, obviously that's not enforced, but what? What?
Well, I think it's kind of crazy. In Florida, if you tie your elephant, your goat, or your alligator to the parking meter, you have to pay the parking meter.
No.
Well, that stands to reason. It
Yes.
takes a parking spot.
I read this incorrectly. I read it as you have to feed your elephant, goat, or alligator before you tie them to the parking
Dyslexia
meter.
makes it pretty fun too.
I know. Yeah.
it's fun
No,
either
you
way.
feed the meter, not the animal.
Tie the goat, feed the meter.
Well, that's just it.
Seems
but
weird.
you should also
right?
feed your elephant before you tie it to
Yes.
anything.
Feed all the things.
Well, I am picturing this wide open field with nothing to tie it to but a parking meter. Why don't you tie your elephant to the park bench next to it instead of the meter?
I've got one word
Then
for
you
ya.
don't have to pay it.
One word.
Okay.
Florida.
No, 2 words. Florida man.
Florida.
Yeah. And yeah, if your elephant, goat, or alligator takes up a parking space, you should pay for that space.
Well, I mean, I guess I get that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a little alligator.
In Kansas, you can't transport dead poultry. Do they just not?
Everything arrives
do you
fresh.
do?
I know they just kill it when it gets there.
Yeah.
Like you go to KFC and you're like, "I'd like a 12 piece." And you're like, "I'll be right back." Just killing chickens back there. I was like, "I'm so sorry, we cannot transport them dead."
Hey, in Iowa, in Mount Vernon, Iowa, it's illegal to throw a Red Ryder onto the highway, like the BB gun.
You'll
What
shoot
is a
your
Red
eye
Ryder?
out. You'll shoot your eye out. You'll shoot your eye out.
It was soap poisoning. I mean, is that the BB gun that they're talking about?
Yes.
Because he was a...
Wait, a Red Ryder is also like a wagon, right?
No, that's a radio flyer.
Oh, shoot.
It's red,
Red Ryder.
and you can ride it.
Radio flyer.
Ooh, see... I'm dressing my son up as Woody from a Toy Story. I'm pulling him in a radio flyer with a Red Ryder, and it's going to be cute.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be so cute.
Yeah.
What's your daughter going to be for Halloween?
Whatever she chooses, she makes up her own rules.
Oh, okay. We did Halloween costumes last night.
And what are your kids going to be?
Simone is a mean rainbow witch.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
A mean rainbow
And my
witch.
son is Among Us because everything is Among Us right now.
And most of our listeners aren't going to know what Among Us
No,
is.
it's this weird video game, but the characters are like the most simple thing ever. So I just bought him like a solid colored hoodie and
Right.
solid color sweatpants, and I'm done.
And maybe some goggles to wear.
And that's well, the hoodie has like on the hood, you can pull it over your face, and it has the
visor thing.
The
Okay.
visor thing.
Oh, wow. That's so easy.
I
Last year was a
know.
nightmare.
Wow,
Well, you made a dragon.
a luck dragon.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, look at this in Kentucky. It's illegal for your pet to molest a vehicle in Fort Thomas.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
What does that even
If you
mean?
want to molest a vehicle, you got to do it your damn self.
Yeah. I mean,
Somewhere
Can't
other than
send
Kentucky.
your cow over there.
molest? I mean, is it a cow? Is it trying? Is like my cow really finds your car very alluring?
Just put on some Barry White and leave him alone for a second.
I mean, are they just having a problem with the dog coming and peeing on the tires?
I mean, that's definitely molestation in every state.
Hey, in Louisiana, this one's I don't know. Maybe it's a no-brainer, but I have no brain on this one. In Louisiana, a woman's husband is required by law to wave a flag in front of her car before she can drive it. I mean, you got to, I don't know.
Well, we're okay. If we're talking about something that happened that made somebody say, "Okay, we need this law," what in the heck would that be?
I mean, is he trying to?
What would that be?
Maybe he's trying to wake up before you drive. I don't know. Or maybe
No,
like,
it's a ready, set, go, like
starting-
a checkered flag.
Okay.
Oh,
And they
really?
have to wear like little shorts.
Yeah,
and, like-
and a
Well,
little
then
tight
is it a
top
flag
in the
or they
middle.
just drop a hanky?
Oh yeah. I guess the checkered flag is at the end, right?
No, I don't think it is that empowering somehow.
I know, right? For some reason,
really don't think that.
Maybe
think
if
that's
they
not
wave
it.
that flag vigorously, it'll get all the bugs out of the way, so there's no bugs on the windshield later.
Well, with an old car where you crank the front of it, would there need to be maybe wave the flag so that they'll know he's not in front of the car cranking it? Because or he'd get run over.
Yeah, maybe that's a possibility.
somebody didn't turn off their ringer.
Yeah, that would be me. Okay.
So in Montana, unless you have a chaperone, it's illegal to have a sheep in your truck. But my
What?
question is,
What?
can the chaperone be another sheep?
I don't
Be
understand
like,
this at all.
Officer, you don't understand. This one is a chaperone. That one's the actual sheep.
Okay.
Don't arrest me,
guys
sir.
are so
Lindsay,
funny.
in
What?
Maryland, it's a crime to swear from a vehicle in Rockville, Maryland.
Well, I'm going to have a beep problem with that.
I mean, if a town called Rockville, I mean, you would think like swearing would be
Yes.
the thing. Right. And what about Massachusetts? You cannot drive with a gorilla in your back seat.
you know, I have a line, and that's it right there.
You should. I mean,
Put every gorilla in your front seat. That's all I got to say.
the driver's seat.
Like, what if it's an emergency gorilla backseat situation?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, it could be.
What if it's your support animal?
Bubba gorilla.
Stress relief to
We
have,
have
a gorilla, in the
sitting
backseat.
out there like 24/7. His name is Squishy. And he scares the crap out of Sam and I.
Hey, in Michigan, it's illegal. It's against the law to sit in the middle of the street and read a newspaper.
Somebody died to make that law.
I mean, it's a free country, right? Sit in the middle of the street and read your newspaper.
No, somebody was protesting, so they went and sat in the middle of the street. So the only way they could get him to leave, because it's public property, is to make a law. That one's easy. I can figure that one out.
What about you're a public nuisance? So it's not even a law. It's just you're a public nuisance. If you drive a truck in Minnetonka that leaves mud, dirt, or sticky substances on the road. Those 18-wheelers hauling syrup are in for it.
Okay, what if it's so simple as you drive a truck and you spit your gum out the window? I mean, you're leaving a sticky substance on the road. Yeah. Yeah. Wee-oo happens.
Wee-oo. Oh my goodness. These are just...
Ooh, Missouri.
No.
Yes. You can't honk someone else's horn.
Yeah.
What fun is that?
Don't you reach in someone else's window and honk their horn.
I thought you just crawled in the car and laid on the horn that way. Right?
Either way, it is intrusive. You're in someone else's personal space.
Go honk your own darn horn, right?
Have you ever just wanted, like... never mind. Have you ever honked your horn at somebody, but instead of actually honking your horn, you just roll down the window and you were like, honk?
No. You know another thing I haven't done? Rolled down my window and yelled cow when there's not a cow there, because someone's going to take offense. Cow.
That's true.
Take offense.
Oh, dad joke.
I didn't even
dad
mean
joke
it
alert.
to happen, but when I heard
joke
it.
alert.
In New Hampshire, it's illegal to inhale bus fumes with the intent of inducing euphoria and brain damage.
Man, the man is just written all over
the
this.
man
Why
is
not?
getting us down.
I mean,
I love bus fumes.
In New Jersey, frowning at a police officer is against the law.
what?
Oh, in New Jersey, I suspect everyone frowns at police officers.
I think police
they pretty much
officers
frown at everyone.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, New Mexico. It's illegal for drivers to reach out and pull potential customers into their taxis.
I think this is the first one that I'm like, yes,
That's not creepy at all.
that's cool. I like
get
that
in.
law. I hope that's a
goodness
law in
that's a
every
law.
state.
Hey, this one's similar to that other one, Lindsay. New York. It's against the law to disrobe in your car in Sage Harbor.
Sag Harbor.
Sag Harbor.
What's
Yeah.
Sage Harbor?
Well, it's where the wise sage harbors.
Well, at least the other law, you changed clothes. Now you were just taking them off.
Why can't you drive naked? What's the problem?
I think
It's your personal property,
I think
right?
in a lot of states, like you actually
it's a distraction.
can, because it's like an extension of your home.
Yeah,
basically.
but you can walk outside naked.
Well, no.
Yes.
In Austin, Texas.
Okay. Half naked.
Right.
But like, it's called like extension of your home.
There's something along those lines that your car.
Right.
Right, and this is where people who transport their personal firearms get away with not having a license to carry. Is their car is considered an extension of their home. So what if you're naked in your garage door's shut, you hop in your vehicle, well, your garage door doesn't even have to be shut if this is the way it works, and you hop in your vehicle and you go for a drive.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean, you're not having to use as much of your air conditioning.
Me and my sheep and my gorilla.
Nah, that's
Which one's the chaperone?
crossing some lines.
I mean, it's illegal to play in traffic.
Ooh, Ohio. It's illegal to run out of gas in Youngstown. Like don't do it.
What do they do? Just arrest you and leave your car there? You're like,
Impound
you
your
messed up
car.
twice,
You
sir.
spending a night in the slammer. I just want to go home.
They just tow your vehicle to another city.
He's like, come on, just get me out of city limits.
Yeah,
come on.
right?
You can run out,
Just
but
push it.
outside city limits.
Well, in Oklahoma, you can take your clothes off, you can change clothes, but you cannot read a comic book going down the road.
While driving.
While
Yeah.
driving.
Talk about a distraction.
I know.
From your comic book.
Right.
I mean, it's just getting good.
You're just getting to the good part.
In Oregon, by law, you must yield to pedestrians when driving on the sidewalk.
That seems fair.
That one seems like a no-brainer.
But no bicycles. Bicycles don't have right of way, but people do.
When driving,
possibly, I don't know.
In Pennsylvania, when driving on a country road at night, you must stop every mile and set off flares or other warning signals, and then allow 10 minutes for livestock to clear the road.
God, this has got to be an Amish thing.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you think?
That's not, I want to talk to one person who's actually ever done that.
You know what? You should be the person who has actually ever done that.
I bet
the police officer
would
actually
get arrested.
Yeah, the police officer comes in and talks to you. What are you doing? Here's the law, sir.
I've never been to Pennsylvania.
And I want to see you observe it on your way back to the station.
Yeah, right. I'll take one for the team. I'll go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, here's nice this time of year.
What? You only need to be 14 years old to get your license in South Dakota?
Well, it's kind of like a hardship license in other places, like here.
I'm sorry, but driving, it's so dangerous. It's like a giant metal thing that is dangerous, and you're speeding around other giant metal things. 14?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to say anything about learning to drive myself.
Right.
Yeah,
Don't
you
say
were like
anything.
a good kid.
Well, and in Montana, you can drive a very long ways without seeing much of anything. So
That's true.
It still just seems terrifying. 14 is so little.
Immature.
My son's almost as tall as Lindsay now. He could see over the steering wheel.
In Tennessee, it's illegal to shoot any game other than whales from a moving vehicle. How many whales
What?
do you think
In
there are in
Tennessee?
Tennessee?
What?
How many whales do you think there are in Tennessee? Answer the question.
I think we need to find out if there's like a
2.
SeaWorld or Busch Gardens in Tennessee. There's got to be one of those. So maybe if you're driving next to an attraction with your harpoon
like you
gun.
you drive into the park, yielding to the pedestrians on the sidewalk, of course.
Yeah.
Around to the whale tank.
I don't Yeah, that's weird.
But don't-
Drive-by shooting for the whale tank.
that's really
Maybe
sad.
maybe they're like, no, Tennessee. If you have had enough Tennessee whiskey, you're seeing
a whale.
a whale and going after it.
That's just a
I don't know.
cow
Yeah.
swimming.
And
A
now you're in
swimming
jail.
Yes, Texas. I remember this one. You must have windshield wipers to register a car, although having a windshield is optional.
I don't see any problem with this.
I think it's awesome.
So what are your wipers going to wipe?
Doesn't matter.
The air.
Why?
They're not
why do you
going to
care?
last long if you turn them on,
true.
like while you're driving.
They go
Whack you in the
behind you.
face.
That's great.
Just duct tape some on every time you got to get your car
In
registered.
Utah, birds have the right of way on all highways.
As it should be. They were here first.
Yeah.
Move out of the way.
But it happens so fast when
But
birds
they
go across the
walk
highway.
so
it's
slow.
The feeling of like thinking you're going to hit it and then it just flies off. Like, why don't you fly off sooner?
Yeah.
Why do you have to wait till the last minute? Why do you have to do that to me?
Ooh, Virginia. This one will get you mad. It's back to the flag waving in front of women.
Yeah. What?
Women are prohibited from driving a car on Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag.
Woman driver, beware. Woman driver.
Watch out, Main Street.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine the scene?
I mean, yeah. I want my
what?
phone so I can Google this like flag waving thing.
Wow.
It's illegal to eat roadkill. I know it's not illegal in Texas.
Well, yes.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But in some states, you have to have a registered hunting license and you can take possession. But if you don't have a hunting license, you cannot. So there's some rules that you play by here.
Okay. There ought to be some common sense that you play by here. I mean,
Why would you want to eat something in the road?
Well, you pick it up off the road, you take it home, put it in the pot.
But why would you want to eat something that you like hit?
It's already tenderized.
But
I'm done.
It's still meat
I'm done.
why would you want to eat something that's laying on the side of the road that you find?
because you're hungry and it's protein.
Gross.
Well, they're probably
You
assuming
cook it still. You still cook it.
You hit a deer, they flip around and they die on the side of the road. You didn't like smush them and run over them, but still.
I mean,
There was a dead bird in the shop this morning.
I noticed that.
Really?
You want to eat it?
No.
Me neither.
Are you hungry?
There's
You need
just
some
not,
lunch?
just not much meat on them.
I made our porter move it.
Okay.
There was.
I asked him to give it a proper burial and say a prayer and build a little tiny wooden cross.
Yeah.
And he said, "Okay, I'll put it in the dumpster." Okay.
There was
You're slowing me down, ma'am.
There was 2 coyotes trotting down the road next to us today.
And I would say,
just trotting along.
I would
right
say,
down the middle of the
nope,
road.
PJ,
9
you're
in the
lying.
morning.
Except I was right there when I saw them too.
Yeah, big old coyotes. They were not little tiny.
This is the
skinny
scary ones. These are the healthy ones.
Oh yeah, they're like having a ball back there.
Yeah.
They probably own that place.
They have easy access to all kinds of things.
Stray cats.
Stray cats. Deer are back in that area. They're right next to the shopping center, so people are leaving food out all the time.
Yeah.
We just don't usually see them in the daytime trotting down the middle of the road.
Well, I
That's
saw them
all.
at the Stonehill Shopping Center at Pflugerville. I saw 2 coyotes running through the parking lot with people and cars one day.
Well, I guess
Stonehill
they're
Shopping
just
Center in
getting
Pflugerville.
brave.
They're getting pressured. All the building
Yeah.
going on around us.
I guess that's right. Well, I didn't pressure them. I let them go right on by.
And they said thank you.
I gave them the right of way.
Washington has it figured out. A motorist with criminal intentions must stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he is entering the town.
That's hilarious. How? How
What
does
a
this
great
work?
law. What a great law. Why don't we all do that?
Would you let me know when you're going to rob the bank, please? Because
yeah.
that would really make my job easier.
Or even like just let me know that like you're a bad person and you're here.
Yeah. How did this make this? How? Oh, whatever. Whatever.
Because if they don't actually commit a crime, they can't arrest them. But if they think they're a bad person or they show intent, then they can arrest them because they have this law that they didn't call the chief of police. That's why. Now they have a reason to. It's why they like put Al Capone in jail for tax evasion.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, they can say you did this. You robbed the bank, but you didn't tell us first, so that's 2 counts against you versus the 1 count, right?
Or
right?
you
So they
look
can get
like
you
you were
twice?
going to rob a bank because you had a gun and a mask on, but you didn't rob the bank. So I can still put you in jail because you didn't call me.
So you can go on assumption.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. That's why it's there. That's my guess. It's still kind of crazy.
I bet that's how it happened originally, but laws these days don't work that way.
Do you suppose anybody ever did that?
No.
Any single
No.
person ever did that?
But I think that it was used in such a way that, like I said, if you were caught doing anything after entering the town, they could be like, well, you did this obviously, but you also broke this other rule. So they could hit you twice. It's like another way to say, go before the judge. That's 2 laws broken.
Well, maybe it's just a deterrent. If you're going to have criminal intentions, go somewhere else.
Yeah, but
We're serious about
they
our
could-
telephone calls here.
but what municipality posts those type of laws on a billboard outside of city limits?
I don't know.
If you're not going to know.
How are you
It's
going to
an
know
after
the chief of police's phone number?
Yeah, it's an after the fact law. It's after the fact of you did something, you get an extra slap on the wrist.
Yes,
Or
definitely.
count against you.
All right. Any more ridiculous ones?
Well, I mean, in Wyoming, I get this last one. Wyoming, I get this. By law, you must close a gate crossing over a road, river, stream, or ditch, or you risk a $750 fine. I get that. In rural areas, especially where they have those massive ranges and those properties cross big major throughways, yeah, you close a gate. Open a gate, close a gate.
What were you, raised in a barn?
Yeah.
Close the gate.
Close the gate. Okay. How about we get into some of the more normal laws that you might find around there, or some things that might even just save you the trouble. So there are some general rules that you follow if you're crossing state lines. Check your driver's license. Duh.
Well, why would I check my driver's license?
Make sure you have it
I know
on you.
I have one.
Make sure you're smiling
do you
in
have
your
it on you?
picture.
No,
Is
I've
the
never.
information correct? Is it up to date?
Okay. Now it's like,
Are your
be
eyes
sure you
green?
eat something
Are you
every
really
week.
5'2"? Because we have questions.
Well, and some states actually do require a special driver's license for operating an RV.
Aha. There you go. That's the big one
Yeah,
for
when they get big enough, you got to have a better driver's license.
Did you know in some laws, right on, or some states just generally, right on red is not the norm? Maybe particularly for RVs.
I'm always scared when I'm out of state. Can I turn right on red here? I just watch to see if anybody else does it.
Yeah, but the whole win and roam thing can still come back and bite you sometimes.
Oh, probably can, but my goodness, I think most states have right on red now. I maybe not all. I don't know.
What about residential areas? If you have an RV or a trailer, something like that, some municipalities will be like, no, you have to stay on major roadways. You cannot go through subdivisions or things like that. Like,
Well, what if I live there?
then you probably aren't storing your RV there. You're going to your RV to take your trip. You're not bringing your RV home. to prep.
Semantics. Geez, how do they know if I live there
Laws
or
are
if
semantics.
I'm lost?
The
What if I get lost? I get lost, okay?
Then you run the risk
Okay.
of doing a U-turn in a neighborhood,
Yep.
putting a slammer. You lose your rights.
Really important to know the size of your RV, especially the height. I know we talked about this in a few other episodes too, but Alabama, Arizona, and Arkansas restrict the height to 13 feet 6 inches. But also, you have to know your height and play with it a little bit, because I remember, PJ, you were saying that when you go under overpasses, sometimes that number that they state there of how tall it is can be
Way off.
because of they repaved the road. And
They didn't update the measurement.
and it's not a crazy thing that
Happens all the time.
happens. So know your height, know your width,
Yeah.
and
Well, yeah, across the U.S., many times you can have an RV up to 8 foot 6 inches, but that's not the case everywhere.
right.
But we actually had one of our trailers. It barely left, and they went under a bridge and
Yep.
lost their AC.
Oops.
Yeah.
And there's always the safety chains, the breakaway cable, crossing the chains, those kind of things that are laws in most states, but not all. In Texas, you're supposed to cross your chains, but not all states are like that.
Okay.
So, those kinds of things. I don't know that anybody actually gets stopped for that, but
But if you're already stopped
That's
and
the
somebody,
deal. Yeah.
yeah, or if something happens, you get into a wreck or something, your insurance company can say you're
Yeah, we
not
didn't do
following
it.
these
This
laws.
is like getting pulled over for not turning on your turn indicator,
and then
You
they
get pulled
find out
over,
your license is
and
expired.
they're like, your license expired.
Yeah.
And may I see your insurance? Oh, you don't have insurance. Oh, look at that registration sticker. Oh, that's wrong too. Oh, wow.
It smells like weed in here. Could you step out of the vehicle, sir?
Right. It's just,
I mean, before you know it, it's just out of control. Know when to ride and back. I get this question still on the sales lot is truck campers and trailers. Like, are people allowed to ride back there? And my first thought is,
why would you do this?
It's not fun. It's not like
how do you know?
a Class C or whatever.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
Because we watched the movie The Long, Long Trailer.
Oh, okay. Well,
and also, like, have you seen your trailer after you tow it?
Yeah, stuff's disheveled and a little bit shifted and all
But
that.
I think in people's minds, it's like a driving RV, and be
Right.
like, well, I'll hang out back here and take a nap on the couch. But like when they're not connected, it's totally different. And you're just
Right. And
it would be terrible.
If I can, we recommend that even in a Class B, Class A, whatever, where you could actually move around, we recommend that you pretty much stay seated and seat belted. That's just our recommendation.
I mean,
Do what you're going to do.
just be smart.
But-
be smart.
And can we just put some links? We've got some links
Yeah, we
here
do.
for like safety items, the different states, whether you can ride in the back and all that. Can we list all that in the show notes?
Yes, we will have those linked up in the show notes because I think it's important, get it from the horse's mouth.
And now that we've scared everybody that they don't have a chaperone for their sheep.
Right.
A sheep chaperone.
Sheep chaperone.
Yeah. Okay. Moving along. In some states, for lane usage, they really do require you to be in the right-hand lane if you're in an RV. And I think that that's the way it should be anyways. I'm on vacation. I take it nice, slow, and easy. Every day Sunday driving.
Yeah, if you're not driving faster, get out of my way.
Uh-huh.
And, it's hard to know. We've talked about this, where to park overnight. And sometimes there are state laws on that.
And I think I have a link that we'll put in the show notes specifically on state laws for riding in an RV, but we're going to cover I have a few things listed under this one from outdoorsy.com. They have a blog there specifically about state speed limits. Some of these will surprise you. They add these little notes. Like for Arizona, the state speed limit tops out 75. That's pretty normal. 65 for urban places. But in the notes, it says Arizona allows triple towing.
There's no way.
Triple towing.
Is that like towing 3 trailers?
Okay, so you have your truck. That's not a towing. That's not what you're towing. That's your tow vehicle. So that doesn't count.
Okay.
You have a trailer. That's your first thing that you're towing.
Okay.
You have
What would you have? A boat after that?
a boat after that. Trailer, boat. That's 2 things you're towing.
And
You
then
have
behind
a third,
that,
a motorcycle
jet ski,
carrier.
a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
3 things. You're just snaking around.
How do you turn
That
a corner?
can't be safe.
Well, turning a corner forward, just go wide, I imagine. But can you imagine if you got into
How do
a
you-
backup situation?
You can't. You'd have to just unhook and
Wow.
Can you triple tow anywhere else?
I think so. So let's kind of cruise along. I'll include the link for this outdoorsy.com where they have your top maximum speeds per state. That's not super
and riding in a
interesting.
trailer is permitted in a lot of states. A lot of states.
You want to read them off real fast? And,
Yeah.
and we don't suggest this, but it's permitted. Go for it.
Iowa, Kentucky, Mississippi, Missouri, Nebraska, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Tennessee, and West Virginia. And Wisconsin.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
But in Pennsylvania, it's only permitted with a fifth wheel when there's an intercom in place and the glass meets certain safety standards.
I still don't feel safe about this.
Still, who would do that? With truck campers, we get that question all the time. Can we just ride in the back? And in Texas, the answer is no.
Yeah, because we do a few things smart, and that's one of them.
Well, I don't know about that. That might be pushing it. But we do have a law that says...
Do we not do a few things smart?
Well, I don't know.
We have
It's
NASA.
Texas.
But you know what? Texas has the highest speed limit
Yep.
in the U.S. of 85.
Yeah, people
which-
are blown away when they come down here and they drive 85.
But okay, if you go on any of the toll roads in Austin, though, even when the speed limit isn't 85,
They're going
that's
to
what
85.
everybody's doing.
Right.
Yes.
And nobody gets in trouble for it. I mean, cops are right there next to you because you have to, that's how fast you're going.
And there
That's the
are
traffic pattern
It's
here
so
now.
hard to go 65 on a toll road with nobody else there. You're just going to go 85.
There are laws,
90,
and depending
95.
on where you are, I can't tell you how they're worded, but there are laws that here's a speed limit, but you actually have to be going at a speed that kind of matches the cars around you.
Right. That's more
Otherwise, it's-
important than the actual number.
Because too slow can be even more dangerous for more people.
It used to be that you couldn't go below 40 on the freeway, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's changed. 40 seems awfully low.
Especially I hate it
really?
when you're getting on the highway.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you got to go fast getting on the highway
Yes.
because
Right.
you can't just put and then try to fit in here. No,
Right.
just go.
Be at highway speed upon entry to the highway.
Yeah. Don't wait till you get there. Pedal to the metal.
All right, so just a couple more of these. You mentioned all those places where riding in the trailer is allowed. I can't believe that.
Get some walkie-talkies or something.
Or just don't do it.
Oh, no, definitely don't do it.
But in Wisconsin, you have to be over the age of 13 to ride in a trailer.
Hey, can we still ride in the back of trucks?
Yes.
We used to do that, and then I thought it was illegal now.
There is an age that you're allowed to, and you got to have your back against the cab, not against the truck gate.
And is it just like, can you go on the highway?
Now, the last thing
terrifying.
heard, and I must have this wrong, you couldn't ride in the back of a truck because it doesn't have a seatbelt unless it is members of your immediate family.
See?
And
if there's an unless, then you can.
And everybody in the available cab seats are full. Then the overflow can sit in the back.
So the answer is yes.
Well, in that situation.
Can I fill it up with sheep?
Only if they're chaperoned.
Only if they're immediate family. In Maryland, they have some of the most extensive regulations on the size, lighting, and other trailer and tow vehicle equipment. So if you're heading around Maryland, watch out. They're watching out for you. They might be a little litigious. I don't know.
Maryland is the... Yeah.
Are they the most nanny of the nanny state?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're Texans. We don't know.
No, we throw our next of kin in the back of the pickup and hit some sweet jumps.
I wonder go 85.
I wonder if there's a state that has like lower speed limits. Like every time you go to the state, you just have to drive really. Oh,
you found it, didn't you?
No, but I forgot about Georgia. Do you remember the crazy thing about Georgia? It allows trailers and RVs up to 100 feet.
Yes, you're right.
And like Clint and I were just trying to imagine a trailer that's 100 feet long, first of all, what? And second of all, just like you'd have to buy it in Georgia and then you couldn't go anywhere. You just have to like drive from one side of Georgia back.
In a straight line.
Yeah, you'd probably just have to like back up and then just go for it and be like, here we are. This is so fun.
How long were the trailers way back when? I mean, if we did watch that movie, The Long, Long Trailer, those trailers were insanely long.
Yeah, but
they
at
were
max,
like
it'd probably
train
be
cars.
Like 40 feet or something, right?
It wouldn't even be 40 feet. Probably 30 tops.
I'm going to look it up because they seem so like ridiculously long
but
to my eye.
But think about that. Double and then 20 more feet. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, maybe they're talking about double and triple towing, right?
No,
surely.
Maybe we did scratch at this somewhere, but allows unusually long trailers and RVs and up to 100 feet.
All the other ones
scratched at this a little.
All the other ones do say, all the other states that allow it say allow triple towing. Georgia does not.
Yeah. They're saying, no, it has to be one unit.
It doesn't say allows triple towing.
Try and corner with that.
It just says allows unusually. That's bonkers.
Okay, so that list again is from outdoorsy.com, I believe. And we'll have these all linked up. Any takeaways on these fun laws or crazy laws or triple tows and passengers in the trailers?
The world has gone mad.
Or the world was mad, and these are just archaic leftovers in the law books. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what my takeaway is?
What?
I need a man and a red flag.
Because you're heading for Main Street.
I'm going to Main Street, baby.
Lindsay, I'm going to go
wrong
ahead.
Takeaway?
Let me affirm you that this is not something you need.
Are you disrobing before or after? That's what I need to know.
Because that man with the red flag is bringing you more attention.
Oh my goodness. Just ridiculous.
Oh no.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah. Interesting stuff out there to find in our law books across the U.S. Thank you so much for, humoring me as I looked these things up and compiled them.
Anytime.
Just
give me a week to recover.
And then, not anymore again. Now.
If you enjoyed any part of this episode, do know that we have other enjoyable parts of other episodes out there at rvsmalltalk.com. Go check them out for our backlog and check us again later because we'll be making more episodes. Do join our group on Facebook. It is the RV Small Talk Community group on Facebook. Check us out there. go to our giveaway right now. Right today is I don't know, September 28th, 2020. So if you're listening to this in 2023,
it's not
over.
2020. It's 2021.
Whatever. Whatever.
Oh
So
my
anyways,
gosh.
if it's 2023, the giveaway's over. But right now, you can go to princecraft.com/giveaway and get it yourself in the chances to win a GoPro. I'm not Englishing well, so I'll take over.
No, you're not. I don't know what else to say. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
We love you. See you next week. Don't do anything. Don't break on any of these laws.
Don't do any of the things that are bulleted. That's stupid. I'm going to cut that out.
This is